Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and wouldn't you know that in the very preliminary early sims, which maybe the sims are coming in a little early because this is still beta, but with the KYRIAN buff for the coveted ability, it looks like it actually might be really good for rogues. In fact, right now it looks like to be the dominant one for sub-rogues, at least maybe in pure single target. So I got into a random mythic plus. There's not a lot of 10s or 15s right now, so I got into a 6. Just so we can kind of test sub-rogue in comparison to everybody else. Test out the Echo and Reprimand ability and how it feels for sub, which you would think this would be the best spec where we can get the most value out of it. But we'll see if Echo and Reprimand can work kind of okay. The thing about Echo and Reprimand though, every time you hit the ability, it gives you a random combo point that will be anima charge. That means if you get the finisher on that combo point, which can be like 2 combo points, 3 combo points, 4 combo points, if you are able to land a finisher on that specific combo point, it'll act like a 7 combo point finisher in terms of the damage. So that's some big rupture damage that is potentially huge damage with the secret technique, big damage with Shadow Vault as always, as well as Eviscerate. We are fully geared out, we are fully available, and it looks like Demon Hunter is going to go for a big setup. And I think we're good to go. So I just kind of want to play the KYRIAN Covenant ability, commentate on how it feels to play, overall how effective I feel like it feels by itself, and how effective it could potentially be to the sub rogue. Do we not have Faye? DK? Faye? No, we don't have Faye. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna have to go as we are. Do we want to stealth? No, okay. So the audio from the dungeon run is actually missing, but I'm gonna try to fill the gaps with my own commentary. The biggest thing to watch out with the KYRIAN ability, and the biggest thing that I really wanted to test out, is how easy is it going to be trying to line up this anima charge combo point in AoE situations and single target situations. Am I going to have to backstab in order to hit that 2 combo point mark, 3 combo point mark, and how awkward is it going to play with this ability? That's primarily what I wanted to do for this dungeon run, because we'll have a variety of situations that will be single target focused like a boss fight. And then we'll have a lot of trash packs as well. Can you use this ability on cooldown, and can it be weaved in comfortably, or does it feel kind of awkward to play with? But the damage so far has been pretty good. It is a little bit difficult to line up that perfect setup with your anima charge combo point sometimes. I will say it is sometimes kind of difficult. Like right now I'm overshooting it a little bit, and maybe if I'm just patient. There we go. Then we got some value out of it. Alright, time for the boss fight, and hopefully we'll be able to line up a big old Echo and Reprimand on the boss itself as well. So we're going to try to do the most amount of damage we can here to the Droman. We are going to sing the Shadow Blades in early here in order to make sure we get all the damage we need in the opener. Just because Droman, you know, getting them down is generally a little bit of a hassle sometimes with everybody else trying to save their damage. Here we go. Now we should be able to go for a big setup. Just go for it. Big old Eviscerate. Oh, big Eviscerate. I love that. Big crits with a Vanish. I'll explain why I Vanish crit there in a second. But that's some big damage right there, man. Oh, boy. I love it. Hold on. As soon as Droman is out here, we're just going to be able to DPS 2 of them. We're going to maintain Rupture in both. But we do have to do majority of the damage to the Droman still. And we'll try to get kicks. We'll try to do for the secret technique for the bit of cleave in there too. So far so good, but we are gonna have to really commit quite a bit of damage to the Droman. That is something that again a lot of people just don't really do as much as I would want them to. Okay, we gotta get the interrupt, and that guy's super low, but we might as well just take care of Droman. There we go. Okay, hopefully we can get that Shadow Strike, please. Oh, perfect combo points. Yeah, perfect. That was so good. Look at that Eviscerate damage. Oh, trinkets also work now, so certain trinkets are probably going to be really strong. Blizzard needs to be tuning them, so we are going to be testing them. I feel like this trinket might be a little too strong, though. Maybe this one, too. They feel like a lot of damage. But look at that. Eviscerate, 18k with a Eviscerate that we were able to fairly relatively well line up with the KYRIAN ability. And that's the biggest thing with the KYRIAN ability is the fact that, well, sometimes you press it and you might be overshooting the combo points. Sometimes you're undershooting, so you might need to change up your rotation a little bit. You're not just, you know, spamming Phantom Knives the whole time and just trying to just use combo points on 5. You actually have to slow down and think a little. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you guys what setup I'm running with the KYRIAN right now, in case you're on beta and want to check it out. So right now, at least with the very early sims, Pelagos is looking really strong. as a Soulbind. I have it together with Deeper Daggers, Plan Execution, Stiletto Staccata, and this pathing right here. So if you guys want to follow a similar path, you are more than welcome to if you are in the beta yourselves. Big of a straight into that one guy. Nice, good Demon Hunter AoE. I appreciate it. Looks like we are going to have these guys doing quite a bit of damage either way, though. So let's see if we can maybe just eviscerate him down. Yeah, the Demon Hunter did quite a bit of damage there. I feel like I'm I have to be competing with this guy all the time if I want to be... I need to be on my toes, basically, if I want to be able to beat him in damage. Alright, let's help him out by standing next to one of these things. Oh, okay, they figured it out. Yeah, sometimes I just don't even do the actual puzzle. I just kind of stand next to one of the podiums that shows like a portion of the puzzle, and I'll just let the team figure out what it is. I think when you're doing this dungeon as a Mythic Plus, you might end up doing it with a healer doing a majority of the mechanics. Are we gonna die in this route? Oh, I probably should have just not used cloak. I probably should have used my the vial, which I'm so not used to having the vial as my ability. It's so much more utilitarian than anything. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves a little bit of this AoE damage. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to backstab just to set it up. Oh, big damage. Yeah, that was actually kind of cool. Yeah, so you do have to break up your rotation just a hair in order to be able to really dish out the damage with the value of the KYRIAN ability. Just sometimes I have to just stop and just start backstabbing in order to make sure I get the value. I think as long as overall, on average, it ends up rounding out to be similar damage, I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, I don't think that's a bad thing to just like, wait, slow down, wait a minute, get the calm points we need. And again, these guys are so good at trying to figure out which one of these is next in terms of where we go after. Yeah, that wasn't difficult at all. I just had to do a real quick backstab in. That was nothing. That didn't feel bad whatsoever. Oh yeah, I just used my thing and that didn't do anything. Oh no. Oh, Spirit Flurry. That's not good. Is the tank gonna need to kite maybe? I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be fine. Also, with KYRIAN, you do get to play this Pac-Man game where you pick up these blue orbs in the ground. I guess that's kind of cool. And what do those things do? I believe that's part of your final ability. Combat Meditation. Echo and Reprimand, which is the ability, increases your mastery by 5% for 20 seconds. Occasionally expels sorrowful memories. Picking up memories increases the duration of this ability. Walking through memories extends the effect by 3. Yeah, okay. So that's basically what that is. Alright, we're already going in. Alrighty. Did I get a backstab into a eviscerate? Oh no, I'm overdrawing. This. Cool. We didn't have the what is this? Circle? Is it flower? Is it circle? Full color? Non full color? It is this one. Is the full color. Okay. We are still pushing good damage, doing well. So far so good. Dodge the dodgeball. We got a Death Knight with Venthyr. That's cool. I don't really see that used a lot, but I like it. I think it looks awesome. We got the illusion, which are blinded. Hopefully these guys don't break it, which most likely they will. We got the only flower here, which is perfect. That's exactly what we need. Okay, I need to backstab, and then... Oh, don't get frozen. Okay. Oh no, listening again. So we gotta kind of, I think, nuke these things. Okay, I'm a cloak. Walk by it and just absorb it. Normally you would have a mage with a polymorph, or actually better yet, a warlock with a fear, just so you can run this thing out. And the last one is going to be, what is it? Leaf, 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 flower. Okay, that's only one flower. Literally the only one that's flower. Oh, okay. I guess I just will get oh, healer died. We can still be res, I think. If I live... Okay, cool. Nice. We did it. And we actually did pretty good, decent damage. Yeah, well, this one was, oh my god, this trinket seems to do a lot of damage. That's probably needs to get nerfed immediately. But we have, I felt like, a decent setup, like, in terms of the way that this plays. This doesn't feel bad at all. It does force your gameplay to slow down for a second. It's not quite as convenient as just Necrolord that just gets weaved in with just like a put a dot here, put a dot here. But I think the effect of getting the extra damage and eviscerates, plus Raccoon Reperment doing a bit of more damage baseline, I think it's good. I think it's really not that bad of an ability like it used to be. Oh, perfect combo points, and then when it just lands on a 4 combo point streak, let's go. I can't stop that heal, so somebody else is gonna do it. Beautiful. All right, we don't have Shadow Blades, but that's okay. I think we'll be good to go. We still have one more vial. Oh, I think we're just gonna end up going in, right? Oh, is that dialogue just gonna keep repeating? That'll be super annoying. Yes, it is. Oh, no. I think he's gonna start splashing the green kind of everywhere. I really do wonder how you want to run the green. Do you just want to let it splash all over the place? I guess maybe the tank gotta drag the boss around the room a lot more actively. Which might be the way to do it. Oh, we're burning through that consumption very, very quickly, though. That's good. Someone's gonna get tagged by the... Oh, go far, go far, go far. Yeah, definitely go far. Mind Link. I'm helping separate. Yep. Nice. See if we can get ourselves a big setup with the weapon or covenant ability. Oh, he's dead already? Wow, that was really quick. Okay, then. That was quick run for a 6. Let's go, boys. So what do we get first of all? And then we'll take a look at the damage after. We got perforate. Oh, wait, we got an upgraded version? Wait, is this really an upgraded version of perforated veins? Wait, does this stuff actually upgrades? You can actually get legitimate upgrades now. That's awesome. 200 item level. Shadow Strike increases the damage of your backstab by 50% instead of the current 30. Dude, I just got a big upgrade now. That could be a... Oh man, I really want to make Gloomblade build work. And I wonder if you can get a high enough point of that ability. You might actually be able to do it. Because I don't really use backstab as much as I really should. I really should be using more often. But let's take a look at our setup. How do we do this run? We had quite a lot of melee damage, quite a lot of Shadow Vault damage, even though this ability got nerfed, as you can see, still slamming. Liquefying Ooze as a trinket just feels way too strong. 8% or 8.1% of my damage just seems insane. Did anybody else run anything here that was busted trinket? Not really. This guy ran the Fell Devastation legendary with Unbound Chaos. This guy ran Swarming Mist, which actually did quite a bit of damage. Let's take a look at our ability. In terms of the KYRIAN ability, it was about 2.3%. It is mostly a single target focus ability, but you also got to remember it does buff the damage of next Shadow Vault or Eviscerate. Or I guess in some cases it could be Secret Technique or even Rupture. So it is a two-parter. The one part that we get to see is the raw damage. The second big part of the damage is going to be the actual final big Eviscerate hit or the finisher hit that follows it. But you can see, I mean, my damage didn't really suffer from playing the Covenant. I stayed ahead of the Demon Hunter, and there were a couple of moments where I tried to show you guys on screen like the KYRIAN stuff and explain things, and I felt like I wasn't paying attention to the game. So if I really just sat down, quieted down, focused, I feel like the numbers would have been even higher. So I didn't even think Demon Hunter would be even close to the damage I was putting out. And that's just being honest. Sub-Rogues has been insane on in Shadowlands so far. Like, it actually has been in an insanely good spot. It's kind of ridiculous just how good it is. So with the change with the KYRIAN ability, I felt like it weaves into your playstyle pretty well. As for some of the other KYRIAN Soulbinds with Pelagos, for example, didn't notice any of them. Defeat an enemy lowers the cooldown of Vial. I guess I didn't really use the Vial. I guess we could see how many times I did use the Vial. Really, I used it twice. So I definitely could be using it more often, because I'm not used to having an extra Vial that isn't like a potion or something. But that ended up doing okay, I guess. In terms of rest of us here, what do we got? Have a chance to obtain Cleanse Cloth. Didn't really get much. Combat Meditation and Let Go of the Past. Let Go of the Past is pretty good because the versatility increase is nice, which is really good for sub. The Mastery increase, further going with the KYRIAN, that also buffs the damage of our finisher. 5% Mastery increase is also very nice, obviously. So altogether, I think it just kind of goes well for the sub playstyle. I do think that the KYRIAN ability is probably better purely for single target, but it can be used in AoE. So if you're someone who's looking to maybe raid and you'll like the idea of being a KYRIAN rogue, maybe like an undead with wings and stuff like that, you just enjoy that aesthetic altogether, I think this isn't a bad choice for you at all. And I think it should be a legitimate choice for you. This didn't feel bad to play. Of course, this is early beta, this is before any kind of balance tunings have happened, but I am glad to see a buff to the KYRIAN ability in general. I would have loved to see little things like, instead of the KYRIAN ability only buffing the damage and ability, maybe, you know, working better for any kind of finisher, like a longer kidney shot in PvP, or a longer slice and dice for PvE, or something along those lines. Because then you'll have a lot more freedom with comm points how you use it. But the buff to the damage output of this ability is nice. The damage buff that it provides for your next finisher, if you're able to line it up, is nice. It does make you kind of do this little dance of, oh, okay, I can just go and slam my head on the keyboard on Phantom Knives or Shuriken Storm just to generate all those comm points. I have to maybe kind of be a little careful, maybe backstab, maybe wait for one of my passives, which is Shadow Techniques, to proc that extra comm point with just an auto attack and just kind of sit there for a second. So there's a couple different ways of approaching it, right? So you do have to slow down your gameplay a little. You do have to be like, basically the game asks you to be a little timid in terms of your rotation. So I do like that variation in terms of how it makes you change up your rotation a little bit. It's not like just turn off your brain, slam Shadow Strike until you have full comm points, eviscerate, but rather, okay, let me adjust here a little. Overall, with the KYRIAN ability, I would say I was a bit surprised in terms of how well it worked. I honestly thought that the playstyle with the KYRIAN ability would be a lot more disruptive to the gameplay, but it really didn't end up feeling like that, at least for Mythic Pluses. I think in single target fights in particular, it was actually quite fun. Like the first fight where the boss is going to take more damage during a certain moment, being able to use this ability to line up a big burst one-shot kind of setup with a vanish with 100% crit Lego, it was actually kind of enjoyable. It was really cool to play this rogue setup lineup gameplay and have the KYRIAN Covenant ability accentuate that gameplay even further. I really liked it. I think if you are going to play in KYRIAN for sub, or if you're going to play in any of the other specs, whether you're playing for the ability or for the aesthetics, but you want to make sure the ability isn't at least terrible, I would actually feel okay playing with this ability as Assassination or even sub or Outlaw. I feel like it works pretty well. The damage was the biggest component of it that was kind of lacking. The damage was very underwhelming, and all they did is basically increase the damage. But the ability itself, the actual effect of increasing the potency of your next finisher, was actually kind of cool. I guess it depends on each spec in terms of how well do you think you have control over your common points. With sub, there is a little bit of randomness to it, but just going for backstabs and waiting for an auto attack here and there, you definitely get a feel for it. I feel like some of the specs that might struggle with it is maybe Assassination. You do have Garrote where you can like fill one common point if you ever need to, in order to get the most value for the damage. And Outlaw, you would just go for like a pistol shot if you really just need one common point, or maybe just shivving the enemy for very low energy. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Let me know what you think about KYRIAN ability and how do you think it fits sub-rogue playstyle. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.